Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome to all the devotees. Hare Krishna. So welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Bhakti Vaibhav study. So last week we just started this 29th chapter, which is one of the important chapters, because here Narada Muni is trying to teach us the most important teachings of all the Vedic literatures. For what purpose his existence is there? Narada Muni, we were discussing last time. Nara Da. Da means Dadati. Dadati Pradigrahanati, Guyamakyati Pruchati, Bhungte Bhojayate, as we study very nicely in Nectar of Instructions. Da means those who give. So what is being given? Nara. Like Pandu, Pandavas. Kunti, Kaunteya. Dhritarashtra, Dhartarashtra. So when we talk about the sun, we put long A, so that indicates their son or that something that belongs to them. Bharata, 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 Bharata. So that Dasharatha, Dasharati, something like that. So same way, Nara, Nara. Nara is the original Purusha, the original Nara. That was Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is also called as Nara, the original Purusha. Nara means the son of Lord Vishnu, or that something that which belongs to Lord Vishnu. So in the Bhagavatam 2nd canto 10th chapter, when there was introduction about Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu creating Garbhodaka ocean, there the word Narayana is used. The meaning of Narayana is explained. Nara is Lord Vishnu. Nara Apo iti prokta. So there Nara is considered to be water. Bhumirapo Nalovayu. Nara refers to water that emanated from Lord Vishnu, upon which Ayana, he who sleeps, is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. The water that was produced from himself, and he is the one who is sleeping on the water. That person is Narayana, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That's how the Narayana definition is given. In general, Narayana means he is someone who produces water and lies down on the water. That person is called Narayana. Whether it is Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, that is the meaning of Narayana. So now, one meaning of Nara is water, which is producing. Other meaning of Nara is Bhakti. Bhakti is the another wealth of Lord Narayana. So just like the ocean is one wealth of Lord Narayana, one of the Lord's belongings, one of the Lord's energies, one of the Lord's possessions. Karana ocean, Garbha ocean, Kshira ocean, Karana Sagara, Garbha Sagara, Kshira Sagara, like that. Same way, another possession of the Lord is Bhakti. So Nara means Bhakti. Narada means he who gives Bhakti to one and all. That person name is Narada. So that Narada is talking about something that is meant to give. He is supposed to give Bhakti, he is giving that Bhakti. But whom he is giving? If people are normal people, he will give Bhakti simply, chant Harinam, like that. If people are Jnani oriented, he gives Bhakti in that Jnana oriented way of giving, like Haryashvas, Shavalashvas. He speaks about Bhakti in a very allegorical, in a very secret way, in a technical way, highly technical way, very difficult to understand. And he speaks Bhakti directly to Prachetas. At the end of the 4th canto, in 31st chapter, we'll see Yata Taron Mula Nisheshanena Drupanti Satkanda Bhujopashaka, very simply, in his direct words which everyone can follow. because they are already devotees, pure devotees. So he speaks bhakti like that. For Dhruva, Dhruva had a desire. I want to get something. He speaks bhakti. Okay, you want fulfillment. This is Satya Yuga. So you need to do bhakti in a meditative way. So do like this. Deity worship, chanting the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and performing meditation, which includes all the aspects of bhakti. Meditation is there, mantra japa is there, deity worship is there, everything. Because Dhruva is a small boy, anything you can do. But like, he gives multiple options, but Dhruva follows all because his determination is strong. Sab kuch. So in 4 yugas, whatever 4 prasas are there, all the 4 prasas are given. Of course, Yajna was not given because Yajna will live later on, but all the 3 did. Now he is speaking to Prachina Barhi. He who thinks intelligent and is attached to Karmakanda rituals. In order to bring him out of that, he already elaborately spoke a story about another Karmakanda ritualist, that is Puranjana, a typical person who is leading a typical life in this world. So now he who thought that I am intelligent, he said, no, I thought I am intelligent, but I am not so intelligent. I could not follow the meaning of the story. Please tell me the meaning of the story. So he gave the meaning of the story first 25 verses. Now, Narada Muni is continuing why he spoke this story. What is the essence of the story? Of course, there is a one literal meaning, but the essence, why the story is being spoken. What was that Ajnata Saka, Avijnata Saka, that Paramatma appearing as a Brahman, appearing as a Guru, taught to Puranjana, who appeared now as the daughter of king of Vaidarbhi. So that is being repeated now. That he elaborates. That is the main essence. The previous chapter came very briefly, but now he is elaborating. He's talking about that particular aspect of knowledge about bhakti. What bhakti is all about, how to practice bhakti, why to practice bhakti, etc. etc. Little technical way, because Prachina Bari thought that I'm intelligent. Oh, you think you are intelligent? I'll speak in intellectual way. Listen. Something like that. We can see. So that's what is going on now. Last week we saw 2 important aspects. That is like, sorry. So just by following Karmakanda rituals, you think that you can remove the sinful reactions. That may be true. Sinful reactions may be removed for some time, but sinful propensity will not be removed. As a result of that, I will say Karmakanda rituals will not function. Because Narada Muni is not talking about the immediate benefits. He is talking about the overall benefit. From overall point of view, performing Prachita rituals is not a intellectual solution. And where then he spoke intellectually. Aren't happiness and distress the qualities of the body? Where is the suffering for the jiva, who is disassociated from the body? What is the use of trying to destroy suffering that does not exist only? So Prachinabari kind of used some intellectual jugglery or jugglery. See, I can understand what you are speaking. You mean to say that Atma is separate from the body? If that is the case, the happiness and misery does not belong to soul, they belong to body only. Then why to practice all these things? Why to follow any of these things? Anyway, soul has nothing to do with happiness and misery. Then he gave fitting answer in an intellectual way. The philosophy of Jnana Yoga. The traditional Jnana Yogas who follow, which the philosophy of 4 Kumaras who promote. Today, in my Bhagavatam class, we were hearing about the 4 Kumaras. The 4 Kumaras have appeared to teach this Jnana Yoga to one and all. This is the core essential principle of Jnana Yoga. This particular verse. That's why I put this verse comes 5 places in the Bhagavatam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it is the essence of the Jnana Yoga philosophy. So we saw this. So as long as we are identified with the dream body, we have to go through the suffering that is meant to be in the dream. So come out of the dream, then realize what is what. That is the solution. That is coming to the Atma platform. Don't remain in the gross body platform or subtle body platform, but come out and identify oneself with the soul. That is the result one can acquire by practicing Jnana Yoga. But if at all one want to attain liberation, Sahyajya Mukti or Vaikunta Mukti, Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, Sarupya, etc., one need to practice Bhakti. And that Bhakti is again explained in this verse, which comes 5 places in the entire Bhagavatam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like that. So, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Samihita Sadrichanena Vairagyam Jnanam Chayadjanishati. So, this also we discussed elaborately in the last week. So, Bhakti means, Jnana means one should be only seeing the entire universe as the combination of 24 elements. Everything that is attractive or not attractive also, they will only see 24 elements. They don't see anything. And beyond that, what they see is only spirit soul with equal respect to every spirit soul. Because they don't see any contamination in spirit soul. That is there. But for Bhakti Yogas, they don't even see 24 elements. They not even see Jivatma. Even though there is Paramatma constantly sitting next to Jivatma, they are looking at Paramatma, but they don't see Paramatma as Paramatma. They see Paramatma as their own Ishtadev. That is Bhakti. Every Jiva has their respective Ishtadev. And Stavara Jangama Deki, Nadeki Taramurti, Sarvatra Prasara Hoive, Ishtadeva Spurti. That's all. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvam Chamai Pashyati. Though they see me everywhere, they will see everything in me. They will see everything non-different from me. So, like that. That is devotee vision. So, that is being mentioned in this verse. This also we discussed elaborately. So, then I think we have to continue from text number 38 onwards. So we'll continue from here. Is it okay? Everyone able to follow till now? Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah. So having spoken about what you speak intellectually, I will also speak intellectually. This is Jnana. And I have come here to give Bhakti. This is Bhakti. So like that Narada Muni spoke. And he will elaborate further about Bhakti. We'll see. The word ahetukam without motive suggests that since Jnana and Vairagya have arisen from Bhakti, they will not have any goal other than Bhakti. See, there is Jnana and Vairagya in the Jnana Yoga, there is Jnana and Vairagya in the Bhakti Yoga also. The terminology in Sanskrit they may be same, but the meaning according to the context varies. In the case of Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Vairagya means detachment from the material world. Same thing. In the case of Bhakti Yoga, Vairagya means detachment from anything, which includes Brahman and Vaikunta also. If that place does not facilitate Lord's service, direct service of the Lord. Anything that does not facilitate direct service of the Lord is not at all liked by a pure devotee. The pure devotee develops Vairagya for all those things. He will develop Vairagya even for Sahyajya Mukti, even for Vaikunta, Sarishti, Salokya also, if there is no direct service of the Supreme Lord. Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, Sarupya, Samipya, Ekatvam api uta, Dhiyamanam na granthi, Vina Massevanam Jana. My devotees will not even accept Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, what to speak of Sayuja, if there is no direct service to me. Even though I am only offering, but they don't even look at that if there is no direct service to me. The goal of my devotees is only obtaining the eternal direct service to me. They want to serve me eternally. Ananyas chintayanto mam yejana pari upasate. Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananya chinta. They don't have any other chinta. They only have one chinta. What is their chinta? Nitya abhiyuktanam. Yukta means to be close to the Lord. Abhiyukta means very close to the Lord. But for how long? Nitya, for the rest of eternity. Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam. For those devotees who always cherish to be with me for the rest of eternity, for what purpose? Pari upasate. For complete service of me. Upasana means to serve the Lord. Pari upasana means completely. Manasa, vacha, karmana, always directly serving the Lord. So in order to serve the Lord in the spiritual world for the rest of eternity, here, while practicing bhakti, while practicing sadhana bhakti, they serve the Lord 24/7. Ananya Chintayanto Mam Yejana Paryupasate, those devotees who are engaging in my deity service 24/7, matlab in my service, deity service, Nama Seva, Bhagava Seva, Vaishnava Seva, Archa Vigraha Seva, Dham Seva. These 5 types of sevas are there. Those who are doing 24/7 in this particular sevas continuously, Pari Upasate. For what purpose? Tesham Nitya Vyuktanam Pari Upasate. To serve the Lord completely in the spiritual world for the rest of eternity, being close to Him. Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. I will take the responsibility of bringing such devotees to my spiritual abode, that is yoga. And Kshema means I will take the responsibility of giving them that opportunity of service to me for the rest of eternity. That is Kshema.
Prabhuji, that you repeat the 5 things, 5 services you do.
Nama Seva, Vaishnava Seva, Bhagava Seva, Archa Vigraha Seva, Dham Seva. That in NOD, Rupa Goswami says the 5 most important activities of bhakti out of 64. Those things. In that.
Yo, then you go to.
So we'll continue. Sochiradeva Rajarshe.
Sochiradeva Rajarshe.
Sad Achyuta Katashrayaha.
Syad Achyuta Katashrayaha.
Shrunvata Shraddha Danasya.
Shrunvata Shraddha Danasya.
Nityada Syad Adiyata.
Nityada Syad Adiyata. O best of kings, one who is faithful, who is always hearing the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always engaged in the culture of Krishna consciousness and in hearing of Lord activities, very soon becomes eligible to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face.
So here Narada Muni further continuing bhakti about bhakti. O saintly king, one who hears Shravanam and studies Adiyata, Patanam or Kirtanam, we can say Shravanam, Kirtanam, Patanam regularly, not once in a while, but regularly. With faith, Shraddhadanasya, such a person very soon sa achira devasyad, very soon attains bhakti yoga in the form of shelter of topics of the Lord, achyuta katasraya, to attain prema. So it's basically Adav Shraddha tata bhajana kriya. If it is done with proper firm faith, very soon one come to the platform of Nishtha. Those who come to the platform of Nishtha after Anantarivriti, very soon they will come to Prema also. So this is basically what is the process of progression in the Navavida Bhakti. Anarthanivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema, etc. Sadhana for attaining Prema is also Bhakti Yoga. One should take shelter of topics of the Lord to attain Prema. So like that. Shravanam, Kirtanam, in between Patanam, then Nirudhyasanam, and then other things. So in that way. Who is qualified to come to Prema? Those who study Bhagavad Dharma and hear, chant, and remember the Lord with faith. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Hearing in the verse means that 3 principal activities of Bhakti. Though here the verse talks about Shravanam, when we say Shravanam, it includes, it also includes Kirtanam and Smaranam. These 3 should be understood. Like second canto, Parikshit Maharaj says, Shrunvata Shraddhaya Nityam Viranatasta Swacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirgena Bhagavan Vrishate Rudi. So, Parikshit Maharaj, this is about Parikshit Maharaj. About Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, of course, Parikshit Maharaj only asked before asking so many questions. He said what he understood till now, hearing from first chapter to seventh chapter. He is giving a summary back. Those who regularly hear with faith, and for that purpose they make some endeavor. They make endeavor to hear and understand and follow. Kalena na ati dirigena. Not after a long time, that means very soon, Bhagavan Vishitevruti, the Supreme Lord will manifest in their heart. So those who follow this process, very soon the Supreme Lord manifest in their heart. How the Supreme Lord will manifest in their heart? Pravishta karna randrena swanam bhava saroruham dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yata sharat. As we hear Krishna Katha with eagerness and affection and surrender, very soon, along with the sound vibration, the Supreme Lord also enters into their ears. And through the sound vibration, he enters into the heart of such a devotee. And when the Supreme Lord enters into the heart of such a devotee, as soon as the Lord enters there, whatever mala was there in the heart, all that mala will be washed away. Dhunoti shamalam Krishna. Mala is completely washed away. This is the result of hearing. There is no more mala, there are no more impurity, there are no more material ambition, there are no more material desire. One is able to see the Supreme Lord in the heart, face to face. Then the heart will become the water body in the Sharat Ritu. Water body in the rainy season is completely muddy. Once the rain is over.
Prabhuji, voice is not coming.
Okay, now voice is coming. Hare
It's
Krishna.
clear, Prabhuji. It's clear, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So in the rainy season, the water is fully muddy because continuously rains are coming, the water is flowing everywhere and it is carrying the mud everywhere. But when rains are stopped, wait for 10 days. In 10 days, the mud will be settled at the base. Then the whole water becomes crystal clear. One will be able to see the base underground, underneath the water, the ground. Same way, when Bhagavan Vishuddha Hrudi, when Bhagavan enters into our heart, Dunoti Shamalam Krishna. As soon as the Lord enters into our heart, as Bhagavan, of course, as Paramatma is there, but is indifferent. But when he enters as Bhagavan, immediately there is complete cleansing. And the heart becomes crystal clear water of Sharatrutu. Then one will be able to see the Paramatma in the heart. Now, no more Paramatma, now Bhagavan, the one who entered just now. He will be seen by the devotee face to face. That is the result of hearing regularly. Therefore, in the second chapter, Sukadeva Goswami said, if you want to see the Bhagavan in the core of the heart face to face, or if you want to go back to spiritual world and see the Lord face to face in front of you and serve the Lord face to face, then what we should do? Tasma sarvatmana vrajan hari sarvatra sarvada shrotavya kirtitavyascha smartavyo Bhagavan ranam. All personalities, all human beings should continuously do Sarvatra, at all places, Sarvada, at all times. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. All the 9 are, some of the 9 are at least one of the 9. One should be doing continuously. That is how it is indicated. Now there is one question. What is an ideal atmosphere to cultivate that prema? What happens in such an association? So it is said that, so very soon attains Bhakti Yoga in the form of the shelter of topics of the Lord to attain prema. So when we come to Nishtha platform, we get the shelter of the topics of the Lord. So what do you mean by attaining the shelter of the topics of the form of the Lord? The meaning is we'll attain the association of pure devotees. When we in the association of pure devotees, the Nishtha very soon becomes Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. So Satam prasangad mamavirya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tadjoshanadashu apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishati. Satam prasangad. Here satam are the pure devotees. When we come to pure devotees, the nishta will transform very quickly to prema. So that is what is indicated. That means we get to hear Lord's wonderful topics in a wonderful way in the company of, in the association of pure devotees, wonderful devotees. So that is indicated now. So what happens in such wonderful association of wonderful devotees? So let us see what happens. Yatra Bhagavata Rajan
Yatra Bhagavata Rajan
Sadhavo Vishadashaya
Sadhavo Vishadasayah
Bhagavad Gunanukatana
Bhagavad Gunanukatana
Shravana Vyagrachetasah
Shravana Vyagrachetasah
Tasmin Mahan Mukari
Tasmin Mahan Mukharita
Madhube Madhube Charita
Madhubit Charita Piyusha
Piyusha Shesha Tarita
Piyusha Shesha Sarita
Parita Shravanti
Parita Shravanti
Taye Pibanti Avitrusho
Taye Pibanti Avitrusho
Drupa Ghada Karnai
Nrupagada Karnais
Tanna Sprushanti Asana
Tanna Sprasanti Asana
Trudbaya Shoka Moha.
Hridbaya Shokamoha.
I think last 4 lines are one shloka only. They are supposed to be read as one line. Sorry. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, yes. My dear king, in the place where pure devotees live, following the rules and regulations, and thus purely conscious and engaged with great eagerness in hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In that place, if one gets a chance to hear their constant flow of nectar, which is exactly like the waves of a river, one will forget the necessities of life, namely hunger and thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fear, lamentation, and illusion.
So, what is the result of coming in the association of pure devotees? But coming in the association of pure devotees means hearing about from the pure. Then what will happen? Where there are devotees with pure hearts and proper conduct, sadhavo vishadashaya, who are eager to hear discussions of qualities of the Supreme Lord, profuse streams of nectar of the pastimes of the Lord emanating from the mouths of the saintly devotees, the Mahaprasada of the devotees. So what happens when one comes in the company of pure devotees? Only one thing happens. The rivers of the nectarian streams of Krishna Katha will flow, which is the Mahaprasada of such wonderful devotees. It flows everywhere. And those who drink that nectar with firm ears, with constant thirst, O king, will not be touched by hunger, thirst, fear, religion. Asana, prayer, bhaya, moha is illusion, so is fear, truth, thirst. Asana means hunger. Ashnami, in the Bhagavad Gita, Ashnami word comes in Ashnami prayatatmana. Patram pushpam palam toyam. Yume bhakta prayashati. Tadaham bhakti uparatam ashnami prayatatmana. Ashnami means to eat, to feel hunger. So that's it, in that way. So these things will not happen. No material tribulations. So no need to feed them prasadam, no need to feed them water, no fear of future, no lamentation about past, and no illusion about the present. These are the few things will take place when one is in the association of pure devotees. So like that. Yes, that was the true. Where Parikshit Maharaj was hearing 7 days Bhagavata Katha from Sukadeva Goswami, neither Parikshit Maharaj nor Sukadeva Goswami nor any of the assembled personalities They neither ate, nor drank, nor took rest, nor they are afraid of what happened. Hey, 7 days हम हमारा काम छोड़कर इधर आके बैठ गए, क्या होगा? And they are not lamenting that हमारा घर छोड़ के आया, क्या हो गया, घर पे क्या चल रहा है, कैसे चल रहे हैं? And they are not even in the illusion. It is not that they are put into delusion. That's why they are here. No, they are in full state of consciousness. So in that way, it's like that. Where will bhakti takes place? Where will such bhakti, wonderful bhakti takes place? It takes place where there are devotees with hearts eager to hear about the Lord. Just as those attached to those attached to the house are eager for engaging in household activities. People who are interested or who are attached to house, they always want to perform household activities. Similarly, those people who are interested in Krishna Katha, they always want to hear Krishna Katha, something like that. The time for discussions about the Lord, hearing about the Lord, have passed. What great misfortune! Now the time for chanting the Lord's glories has arrived. I am so unfortunate. I have wasted my time in oversleeping and in performing disgusting daily daily rituals. How can I quickly go to the assembly of devotees where there are such devotees? Speaking about the Lord takes place. What are the rules? So, hearing this, if there was any transformation in the heart of our Prachina Barhi, he will ask this question. Or if not Prachina Barhi, all of us should ask this question. The time for discussions about the Lord, hearing about the Lord have passed. What great misfortune! Now the time for chanting of the Lord's glories has arrived. I am so unfortunate. I have wasted my time in oversleeping and in performing disgusting daily rituals. How can I quickly go to the assembly of devotees? Like understanding is, now Prachinabari had spent thousands of years in performing karmakand rituals. Now he has become almost old. So I was supposed to do all these things since childhood. Shravanam and all I should have done. Now I have become already old. Now I am supposed to be a guru and speaking. I have not even heard. I have not even began hearing. So I wasted so much. I quickly go to that assembly of devotees where there are such devotees speaking about the Lord takes place. What are the rules? So now at least let me hear Krishna Katha. Like that eagerness should take place in a devotee's heart. Mukharita means topics which accept the mouth, or in other words, topics which reside at all times in the mouth of the devotees. Mukharita is like a honey beehive. In that honey beehive, there is honey always, little or more. It is always eager to provide honey to others. Same way, San Mukharita means the pure devotees, they are always eager to distribute Krishna Katha, the nectar of Krishna Katha, like a honey beehive. So in that way. In that assembly of great devotees, the great rivers of nectar of topics of the Lord, which are prasada, Mahaprasada of such great devotees, having been tasted by them, and which are continuously present in the mouths of great devotees, flow in all directions. This river is going in all directions. So why? So that people can drink it. So what will happen? Those who drink those rivers, indicating great thirst because of the intense taste, not being able to neglect even a drop of those rivers, indicating intense attraction, thinking that it is never enough, with ears mere sturdy to prevent the nectar from flowing out, just like we put a dam. So dam, because we want to drink, we only want to drink. We don't want to be without drinking this nectar. So they want to drink so much. It is not that they are physically putting a dam, but they are drinking so much water. There is not enough water to go further. So as good as their drinking is compared to a dam. So that much eager they are to drink the nectar of Krishna Katha. And such people who have such interest, such eagerness, such people cannot be touched by the hunger and thirst, fear, lamentation, or illusion. Just like Parikshit Maharaj also told, you don't worry about my hunger and thirst. Name asava parayananti pibanti achyuta kathashraya. My dear sir, don't worry about my hunger and thirst. I am drinking Krishna Katha coming out from your lotus mouth, which destroyed my hunger and thirst completely. Pibate achyuta kathashraya. Hearing Achyuta Katha Shreya, Katha, my hunger and thirst completely gone. Otherwise, Annatra Kupita Dvija. I only have 7 days. At least let me hear these 7 days continuously. Afterwards, I don't know when that snake will come and bite, and afterwards, it will deprive me of the good fortune of hearing Krishna Katha. So, like that. Of course, here Narada Muni is speaking. So, it is like this only. He expects the highest surrender. He cannot expect superficial surrender. Like he spoke to Dhruva, Dhruva displayed highest surrender. He spoke to Prahlada, Prahlada displayed highest surrender. He spoke to Prachetas, he spoke to Pandavas, he spoke to Vyasa, even to the Supreme Lord also. Everyone displayed highest surrender. Same way here he is speaking about such highest surrender. So in that way. They do not have a desire for eating, thinking, where is my food today? Since they have been fed by the devotees. They are fearless, since they are not attached to anything in the material world. The fear is due to our attachment to matter. When we are not attached to matter, one becomes fearless. That is understanding of Bhagavatam. So here there is a verse about such kind of factors which cause fear. This is from chapter 4, text number canto 4, chapter 9, text number 12. The prayer offered by Dhruva Maharaj unto Lord Vishnu. He says that Pena smarantatitaram priyamisha martyam echan vada sutta suhrut gruhavitta dhara etvabjana bhavadiya padaravinda Saugandhya lubdha hrudayeshu kruta prasanga. Dhruva Maharaj says, small boy Dhruva is saying that, oh Lord with a lotus navel. Where is he? Abjanaba. O Lord with lotus navel. Those who have taken association with those whose hearts have smelled the fragrance of your lotus feet. Who smelled the fragrance of Lord's lotus feet? One is Narada Muni continuously smelling. Second, the four Kumaras. Today's Bhagavatam class also it was mentioned that they also smelled the fragrance of the Lord's lotus feet. They became pure devotees. And Narada Muni is continuously smelling the fragrance of Lord's lotus feet. They do not care for this very dear material body or the things accompanying it, such as sons, friends, house, wealth, and wife. Those who have smelled the fragrance coming from the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, they do not show any interest in the world or worldly things. So, like that, Dhruva is saying. They have no lamentation or no illusion because they have forgotten all possessiveness in this material world. Their possession is only one thing, Lord. The Lord is their only one and only possession. Nothing else in this world is their possession. Like Bhagavad Gita, since Gita Marathon is going on, I think this verse comes in the 3rd or 4th chapters. Brahmani Adaya Karmani Sangam Tektva Dhananjaya. 3rd chapter only, Karma Yogana. We perform karma, we perform our duties, our obligated duties, whatever job, whatever position we have, we perform our duties, our daily duties. Our Nitya Karmas, our Varnashrama Karmas and all. For what purpose? For our maintenance, for our survival. Yes. That is expected. There's nothing harm in it. When we are living in this world, we need to take care of ourselves, we need to take care of our family members, our dependents. So we need to work, we need to earn for our survival. But Bhagavad Gita says, Brahmani Adaya Karmani. Oh, my dear friend, you should perform your duties. Karmani. For what purpose? For not for getting monthly salary, but for getting Brahmani Adaya, the salary of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What should be our salary? Our salary is the Supreme Lord. Of course, in a practical sense, we perform various activities throughout 30 days, date 1 to date 30, so that on the 31st, we get the salary. Same way, We should perform our bhakti yoga throughout our life. At the end of our life, we should get in return the salary of Bhagavan. Sangam tektva dhananjaya. But while performing this, sangam tektva. Do not keep any attachment to the things of this material world. Execute karma, but not to be attached to the things of this world. That is sangam tektva dhananacha. Sangam tektva dhananjaya. So there later on in the 18th chapter it comes sangam tektva phalanicha. So one should be disassociated with the things of this world, also disassociated with the thought of enjoying the phala of karma. Because if one want to enjoy the karma phala here in the material world, one will never ever enjoy the ultimate phala, Brahma phala or Bhagavan phala. If we want Bhagavan as salary, Bhagavan as the ultimate goal of life, so one should not be too much focused on temporary goals in this life. It is not about focus means not that one should not getting it. One should not be mesmerized by such goals. One should not be too much attached by such goals. They will come. Accept it for the daily maintenance, but one should not be performing karma only just for the temporary returns. The main purpose is to get Brahmani Adaya. Brahmani at the Supreme Lord at the ultimate salary. All other salaries, anyway, they are offered by the material nature. They are offered by the society. So take it for maintaining oneself in the society. But that is not that maintenance is not the end goal of life. The end goal of life is to get Brahmani Adaya. So like that. So it's like that we can see how what should be the perspective of human life. So in that way. Bolna easy hai, but very difficult to follow because we have been trained since childhood that yes, we should work for the immediate benefits, immediate benefits, immediate benefits. Our whole thought process goes after the immediate benefit. Of course, it is not that we don't have the ultimate benefit. We don't have thought process of ultimate, not like that. It is there, but not in the forefront, but in the background. So like that, today morning in the Bhagavatam class, one of our devotee, old acquaintance of Bombay, was speaking in Mayapur, the Bhagavatam class. So like that. You are able to follow Hare Krishna?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any questions till
Yes,
now?
Prabhu.
Any questions from any of the
No problem.
एतेरुपद्रुतो नित्यम्
एतैरुपद्रुतो नित्यं
जीवलोका स्वभावजै
जीवलोका स्वभावजैः
न करोति हरेर्नूनम्
न करोति हरेर्नूनम्
कथामृतनिधौ रतिम्.
कथामृतनिधौ रतिम्. Because the conditioned soul is always disturbed by the bodily necessities such as hunger and thirst, he has very little time to cultivate attachment to hearing the nectarian words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Those who are constantly disturbed by habitual anger, thirst, fear, lamentation, and illusion can never develop attraction for the ocean of nectar of topics concerning the Lord. Otherwise, people like us who are always disturbed by hunger, thirst, fear, lamentation, illusion. Here, hunger, thirst is not only just the hunger of food or thirst of water. Not only that, there is hunger and thirst about material possessions in this world. So hunger and thirst are synonym of kama, we can say, that material desires. We want this, we want that, we want that, we want that, we want this, like that. All such things can be included in this hunger and thirst. So if we are looking after things of this world, we cannot look for Bhagavan. That is how we have to understand. That's what Narada Muni is saying. Bhakti will rarely blossom in those who are afflicted by hunger, thirst, and fear because they lack absorption in the rasa caused by habitual lack of enthusiasm for thinking about the topics of the Lord due to lack of devotee association. If we don't have eagerness to practice bhakti, we will have eagerness to accumulate material possessions. Because mind wants something always. If mind is not attracted to Lord, mind is attracted to material matter. That is natural. That's what Narada Muni is saying. Tavadragadayastena tavat graham gruham tavan mohongrinigado yavat krishnana tejana. My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, yavat krishna nate jana, until people become your devotees, their material attachments and desires remain thieves. Our material desires act like a thief. Yavad ragadaya stena. Stena means thief. Raga means material attachments. Why the material attachments becomes thieves? If we have an attachment, in order to fulfill that attachment, we spend so much time, energy, money, all these things. So that much time, money, energy are gone in fulfilling that desire, which was a good opportunity for practicing bhakti. So chori ho gaya. So in that way. So the material attachments and desires remain thieves, and their homes remain prisons. Tavatkara graham gruham. So unless until we become devotees, our graha will become kara graha. Kara graha means bondage. If we are not attached to Krishna, we become attached to our home and other possessions. And after death also, we'll take birth in the same home as a rat or fly or snake or something like that. We're still running after that home because we are so much attached to that home. That is called karagraham. Karagraham means bondage. We are not free. We do not have freedom to go back to Godhead. Tavan mohongrinigado. And their affectionate feelings for family members remain foot shackles. Moha means foot shackles. Angrinigado. Angrinigado means foot shackles. The shackles are added to our feet so that we can't go. We can't go anywhere. Here, moha is the extended belongings of the self and the family, the home, and their affectionate feelings for their family members remain foot shackles. They do not allow one to go back to God. Hey, what will happen to them? What will happen to this? What will happen to that? So one will remain here only. One cannot go back to Godhead. So that is the understanding. So here, when the home becomes Vaikuntha, when the home becomes temple, when the family members are devotees, when our desires are spiritual, then we create Vaikuntha here only. Such a person, whether he is here, whether in Vaikuntha, there is no difference. Otherwise, this is the problem. That's how we have to understand. So then, Prachindabari might ask one question. But don't the scriptures glorify the path of jnana by telling that the knower of Atma surpasses lamentation? You have been talking about these people does not have any hunger, thirst, lamentation, and fear, lamentation, and illusion. So can't the jnana destroy the lamentation? Can't jnana destroy hunger, thirst? Can't jnana destroy illusion and fear? What is the use of bhakti for the jnanis? So if he still continues to be as an intelligent person, I'm an intellectual person, I know jnana and all. So what is the use of bhakti for me? Can't jnana do all these things? So then Narada Muni responds, Prajapati Pati Sakshad
Prajapati Pati Sakshat
Bhagavan Girisho Manuhu
Bhagavan Girisho Manuhu
Dakshadaya Prajadyksha
दख्यादयः प्रजात्यख्या
Naishtika Shanakadayah
नैष्ठिकाः सनकादयः
Marichir Atri Angirasau.
मारीचिरत्र्यङ्गिरसो.
No, this is not Marichi, this is Marichi.
Yes, yes,
Maricha is the demon in Ramayan.
yes.
Marichi is one of the 9 Manasaputras of Brahma.
Manu,
Marichi.
sorry, Brahma,
Marichi's
yes.
son is like moon god or something like that. Marichir Atri Angirasau
मरीचिरत्र्यङ्गिरसो
Pulasya Pulaha Kratu
पुलस्य पुलः क्रतुः
Bhrugurvashishta Itiyete
भृगुर्वसिष्ठ इत्येते
Madanta Brahmavadinaha
मदन्ता ब्रह्मवादिनः
Adyapi Vachas
अद्यापि वाचस्पतयस्
Tapo Vidya Samadhibihi
तपो विद्यासमाधिभिः
Pashyantopi na pashyanti
पश्यन्तोऽपि न पश्यन्ति
Pashyantam Parameshwaram.
पश्यन्तं परमेश्वरम्. The most powerful Lord Brahma, the father of all progenitors, Lord Shiva, Manu, Daksha, and other rulers of humankind, the 4 saintly first-class brahmachari headed by Sanaka and Sanatana, the great sages Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrugu, and Vasishtha, and my humble self are all stalwart Brahmanas who can speak authoritatively on Vedic literature. We are very powerful because of austerities, meditation, and education. Nonetheless, even after inquiring about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom we always see, we do not know perfectly about him.
So, when Prajnabali said that, can't Jnana will remove all these anger, thirst, fear, lamentation, and all? Then Narada Muni very firmly is telling, omniscient Brahma, the father of all progenitors, Lord Shiva, Swayambhuva Manu, Daksha, and other rulers of humankind, the 4 Kumaras, Marichi, Atri, Angira. Here the rulers of humankind includes Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, Sachi, principal Devatas. The 4 Kumaras, Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulasya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrugu, Vashishta, and I as well. Narada Muni keeps himself at the end. This is the culture being followed in the Bhagavatam. The speaker always keeps oneself at the end out of humility. Like 6th canto, 3rd chapter, when Yamaraj was introducing the 12 Mahajanas, there also Yamaraj keeps his name at the end. Swayambhur Narado Shambhu Kuparo Kapilo Manu Janako Prahlado Bhishma Balirvayasaki Vayam. Vayam means we, I. Brahma, Narada, Shambhu, Kuparo, Kapilo, Manu, Janaka, Kapila, Bhishma, Bali, Vayasaki means Sukadeva Goswami, and I, the 12 Mahajanas. Those who know about the Lord are 12 Mahajanas, and of the 12, I am the lowest. That's what keeps oneself at the end. Here, Narada Muni also keeping himself at the end, among those who know a little bit about the Supreme Lord. And the same Yamaraj also talks about, in the same chapter, at other place, those who don't know about the Lord. I mean, those who know about the Lord, he keeps himself at the end and glorifies other devotees. And those who don't know about the Lord, he keeps his name as the first. I don't know about the Lord anything. And also other personalities also do not know about the Lord completely. Like that. When it comes to know, we don't know about the Lord, I am the first. Because I don't know anything about the Lord. When it comes to those who know about the Lord, all these wonderful devotees know much more about the Lord. I am the last person. I know little bit, something like that. That is the culture which is followed in the Bhagavatam. Same way here, see, Brahma, Lord Shiva, Swayambhuva Manu, Daksha, and other rulers of the humankind like Devatas, the four Kumaras, Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulasya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrugu, Vasishta, and I as well. Though we know the Vedas, here the list of those who know the Vedas. So top to bottom. Though we know the Vedas and skillful at speaking the Vedas, and though even today we reflect upon the Supreme Lord by austerity, knowledge, and meditation, okay, cannot see the Lord who sees everything. Na Pashyanti. Hare hum. Narada Muni keeping himself at the end and glory, putting all the other devotees in the front. We, though who are the knowers of the Vedas, who are the speakers of the Vedas, who contemplate upon the Supreme Lord by tapasya, all this tapo, vidya, samadhi, tapasya, austerity, the cultivation of the Vedas. Understand the Lord, we try to see the Lord, but rarely we get to see. But Lord is seeing all of us, always. आप तो फियर का बात कर रहे हैं, आप लैमेंटेशन का बात कर रहे हैं, वो छोड़ दो. ये बड़े बड़े लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं बट वो नहीं कर पा रहे, बाकी लोग क्या कर पाएंगे? So like that. So it is like. Shruti says, Tarati Shokam Atmavit. You are talking about lamentation? Shruti says, Tarati Shokam Atma, the knower of Atma surpasses lamentation. What is the use of bhakti for the jnanis? That was the question. The answer is, jnanis never know the Lord completely. Arey, all such wonderful devotees are only not able to know the Lord. What to speak of the jnanis who are only after Brahman? How will they know Bhagavan? This is expressed by Kaumatika Nyaya in 4 verses. We do not know the Lord. What then to speak of others? Like that, Narada Muni is answering. Bhagavan means knowing everything. I criticize not only these persons, but myself also. We try to see him by austerity, knowledge, and meditation, but we do not use bhakti. Though they are actually all famous as devotees, they express themselves as very fallen without bhakti. Because when Narada Muni mentioned, he only used these 3. Though we regularly do austerity, tapasya, though we regularly contemplate, vidya means jnana, analysis of the elements, and samadhi means meditation, concentration. Samadhi refers to Ashtanga Yoga, vidya and tapasya refers to jnana yoga. Though we follow jnana yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, but we will not be able to see the Lord. He is not telling all these people as Bhaktas. That was Narada Muni's glorification. आप बोल रहे ज्ञानी हम सब ज्ञानी से, हम ज्ञान कर रहे हैं, अष्टांग मेडिटेशन कर रहे हैं, बट भगवान को देख नहीं पा रहे. तो आप बोल रहे हैं अभी तरती शोकमंडल. Though they are actually all famous devotees, they express themselves as very fallen without bhakti. We are all expert at teaching the meaning of the scriptures to others, but we do not know the actual meaning of the scriptures since we do not have bhakti. What was that Brahma Sutra, Brahma Samhita shloka? Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakto. Understanding and realizing the Lord, it is very difficult through Vedas, but it is very, very easy for the devotees. Bhaktyaham ekaya grahya, bhaktyamam abhijanati, yavan yachasmitha. It is only by bhakti, only to the devotees the Lord is revealed, not to others. Even today indicates that they are expert in that austerity, knowledge, and meditation. Even today, they reflect on the Lord, but they do not see the Lord. This means they do not know him completely. This is a verse from Bhagavatam 3rd canto. Atmano vasito vasta mahimna kavinadina samvatsara sahasrante diya yoga vipakkaya. So here Brahmaji is speaking to Narada Muni. This verse, Brahmaji is saying that, oh Vidura, of course, Maitreya is speaking to Vidura. He is talking about Brahma and Narada Muni Samvad. Oh Vidura, even Brahma did not comprehend the powers of the Lord for 1,000 years by mature yoga. Even Brahma performed yoga for 1,000 celestial years. Brahma could not understand the Lord completely. Then what to speak of others? We can't even do one day Nidila. Not even by intense knowledge can one gain complete knowledge of the Lord, since it is difficult even for Brahma to understand the Lord, since they were inconceivable and infinite. The Supreme Lord is inconceivable and infinite. Shruti says, yes, yasya matam tasya matam matam yasya navedasa yasya amatam tasya matam. So this is the meaning. Is see simple, very Sanskrit is very wonderful. Yasya amatam matam tasya matam. Those who say that I do not know the Lord, only they know the Lord. And those who say that I know, matam yasya na veda. Those who say that I know, na veda, they actually do not know. The Lord is known to he who does not think the Lord is limited. He who thinks the Lord is limited does not know him. So, like that. So, basically, those who say that I know the Lord, they don't know the Lord. Those who say that no, I don't know the Lord, Lord is unlimited, I don't know him. They actually know the Lord. So that is the meaning. When Narada says in this verse that I don't know and all these great persons do not know out of humility, when he says that, that means they all know the Lord. But even though while speaking, he said, we are all jnanis, the so-called jnanis, we are all, that we don't know. But all these are wonderful devotees. By their bhakti, they know the Lord. Lord's glories also. That is kind of indirectly spoken. If the jnanis cannot understand him, then what to speak of those karmakandis like you? This is again the question to Prachinabari. Oh, my dear Prachinabari, jnanis like us cannot know, then what to speak of the karmakandis like you? How people like you will know the Lord? So kindly understand this. So like that he continues. Shabda Brahmani Dushpare
Shabda Brahmani Dushpare
Charanta Vuru Vistare
Charanta Uruvistare
Mantralinger Vyavachinnam
Mantralingair Vyavachinnam
Bhajanto Na Viduparam.
Bhajanto na Viduparam. Despite the cultivation of Vedic knowledge, which is unlimited, and the worship of different demigods by the symptoms of Vedic mantras, demigod worship doesn't help one to understand the supreme powerful personality of Godhead.
Those who study the Vedas, vast in meaning and words, and who worship the Devatas distinguished by typical markings and mantras, do not know the Supreme Lord. So Narada Muni further continues. Those who study the Vedas, Shabda Brahmani, Charanta, vast in meaning and words, and who worship the Devatas disguised by typical markings and mantras. That means those who study the Veda, they understand that they need to perform Karmakanda rituals again and again. And in that Karmakanda ritual, they worship different Devatas again and again. Such kind of people do not know the Supreme. So in the previous verse, it is about contemplators of the Vedas. This verse is about the executors of the Karmakanda rituals of the Vedas. Therefore, those involved in karma do not know the Lord at all. Those who study the Vedas with vast meaning and words, who worship the Devatas distinguished by typical characteristics and mantras, do not know the Lord. So, in that way, Jnanis only does not know the Lord, then what about karmis? How will they know the Lord? Simply by performing karmakanda rituals. Nyayamatma pravachanena labdo na medaya na buddhya shrutena yamevai savinute tan labtena labhyan tassaiva atma vrinate tanum swam. This is Prabhupada uses this shloka in Bhagavad Gita many places. The Lord is for contemplation by meditation and by abundant hearing. Simply hearing the Vedas or contemplating on the teachings of the Vedas or meditation on the Vedas. he is attained by the Lord's choice. Only one is attained by the Lord's choice. Yam evesha vindute ten labhyas tasyaita. That means those who are chosen by the Lord, only they will be given the understanding of the Lord. The Lord reveals his form to that person alone. भगवान का मन में जो ही है उसको ही उनका ज्ञान प्राप्त होगा, उसका रियलाइजेशन भी साक्षात्कार भी होगा. For others, they need to work hard. So in that way. Yasya matam tasya matam, matam yasya na vedasa. The same shloka which was in the previous verse. He who says he does not know the Lord knows the Lord. And he who says he knows the Lord does not know the Lord. So like that. Then again, next question. If the jnanis and karmis do not know the Lord, then who knows the Lord? Yada yada yasyanu
Yada yasyanugruhnati
Bhagavan Atma Bhavita
Bhagavan Atma Bhavitah
Sajahati Matim Loke
Sajahati Matim Loke
Vedecha Parinishtitam.
Vedecha Parinishtitam. When a person is fully engaged in devotional service, he is favored by the Lord, who bestows his causeless mercy. At such a time, the awakened devotee gives up all material activities and ritualistic performances mentioned in the Vedas.
Here Narada Muni is saying, when the Lord shows mercy to the devotee gives up thinking of karmakanda and material affairs. That means when Lord showing mercy means the devotee realize the Supreme Lord. The devotee does not show any interest in this worldly thing. And indirectly understanding that those who do not know and do not show any material attraction, they have understood the Lord. That is the understanding. The devotees know him. Then how does one become a devotee? And by what qualities is a devotee recognized? Atma Bhavita means of one whose devotion is in the Lord. The devotee prays in his mind, "Oh Lord, please accept this person and deliver him from samsara." When the Lord is merciful to that person, the devotee gives up absorbing his mind in thinking of mundane affairs and karmakanda rituals. Loke and Vede. Atosmi loke Vedecha pratita purushottama. So like that. So that means, who is that person who has understood the Lord? How do we understand so and so person has understood the Lord? That so and so person who does not show any material affinity is the one who is blessed by the Lord, who has realized the Lord. That's how we have to understand. Janasya Krishnad Vimukasya Daivad Adharmashilasya Sudukkitasya Anugrahayeha Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardanasya. In order to give mercy to the suffering people engaged in sin, who are under the control of karma and ignorant of Krishna, the auspicious devotees of the Lord move in this world. Just like a devotee prays to the Lord, "My dear Lord, please bless this devotee, this new devotee." So in order to pray for us, a pure devotee should be traveling on the surface of the earth. When the pure devotee prays, the Lord will bless us with attachment to the Lord and detachment from this material world. So that is the understanding. So in that way. So who will understand the Lord? About whom a pure devotee prays. Such a person will understand the Supreme Lord. So like that. Therefore, give up this karmakanda, which does not give any substantial results. Whatever karmakanda rituals you are performing, they may at most take you to Swarga. They may give you a few years of opulent enjoyment in the Swarga, but afterwards, anyway, you have to come back. Tetam bhuktva sargalokam vishalam shine punne Martelokam Vishanti, Evam Trayi Dharma Manu Prapanna Gata Gatam Kama Kama Labanti. Again you will come back. One message, again I'll perform rituals, I'll go to Swarga. How long? Perform rituals, go to Swarga, come back again, perform rituals, go to Swarga, enjoy, come back again. How long you want to continue like this? Give up all these things. Practice, take shelter of a pure devotee and go back home back to Godhead eternally. Brahma Bhona Loka Punaravardhana. Wherever you go among the 14 planetary systems, you have to come back after your piety is exhausted. But if you go to spiritual world, you don't have to come back again. Mamu Pete tu Kaunteya Punarjanma na vidyate. Only those who go to spiritual world will not take birth again in this material world. That is the difference. So like that. So aspire to go to that place. Having gone there, you will not come back again. So that is the understanding. Tasmat karmashu bharishman.
Tasmat karmasu barisman
Ajnanadartakarishu.
Ajnanadarthakasisu
Martadrishtim kruta. Sorry. Krutaha.
Marthadrishtim krutaha
Shrota sparshishu asprushta vastushu.
Srutra
Sorry.
Sparsisu Asprastu Vachasu
Martadrishtim krita shrotra.
Martha Drishtim Kritha Srotra
Parshishu asprushta vastushu.
Arsisu Asprasta Vastasu. My dear King Parisman, you should never out of ignorance take to the Vedic rituals or to the fruitive activity, which may be pleasing to hear about or which may appear to be the goal of self-interest. You should never take this to be the ultimate goal of life.
O King Prachina Parishad, therefore out of ignorance, never make your ultimate goal of life prescribed karmas. Don't make prescribed karmas as your ultimate goal of life, which appear to be legitimate goals. According to society name, they appear to be the main goals of life, which are pleasing to hear, about, but which do not produce substantial results. Asprashta vastushu. The result that is going to Swarga and enjoying there is not a substantial result because you have to come back one day. Like that, Ardhamneshwari. Artha Kashishu means those karmas which appear to be legitimate goals. Artha Drishtim means thinking at the goal of life. Karma is pleasing to hear for excitement and which do not touch the substantial result. So, Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipachita vedavada radha parata nandasisvadina. So these flowery words of the Vedas are very pleasing to hear. That you perform this ritual, you go to Sarga, you get this, you get that. Very pleasing to hear. But that does not give any substantial eternal result. You see this verse from again, first canto. Kamasya nendriya pritir labo jiveta yavata jivasya tattva jignasa narto yacheha karma bhi. For one who desires apavarga, for one who wants to go back home back to Godhead, sense pleasure attained from enjoying the sense objects is not the goal as long as one lives. If at all we have a desire to go back home back to Godhead, then sense gratification should not be our goal of life. The goal of life should be inquiry into the highest truth. What is accomplished by prescribed duties is not the goal. Accumulating wealth, name, fame, possessions should not be the goal. Instead, going back home back to Godhead should be the ultimate goal of life. So like that, Bhagavatam first canto also very grossly, very strongly Sutta Goswami indicated. Then Prachinabari asked a question then why do my priests and sages, the learned men, the Brahmanas, make me do karma such a sacrifice? You are saying that don't make karmas as the goal of life, but I did not do myself. My family priests have recommended, they instructed me to do all these things I have been doing. Why did they recommend it? ये मेरा गलती थोड़ी है, their गलती है. Then Narada Muni says, Swam lokam na viduste vai
Swam lokam na viduste vai
yatra devo janardanaha
yatra devo janardanaha
ahor dhumra diyo vedam
ahurdumra diyo vedam
sakarmakam atadvidaha.
sakarmakam atatvidaha. Those who are less intelligent accept the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies as all in all. They don't know that the purpose of the Vedas is to understand one's own home, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead lives. Not being interested in their real home, they are illusioned and search after other homes.
Foolish people do not know the Lord's abode, whereas where the Lord resides, not knowing the Vedas, they speak of the Vedas in terms of prescribed karmas only. So you are talking about the priests. The priests do not know about the Supreme Lord and Supreme Lord's eternal abode. That's why they talk about Karmakanda rituals. So that was the reason. Because they have not understood about the Bhagavan's abode, eternal abode. They speak about heaven only. That is not their problem. They do not know the Vaikuntha where the Lord resides. They know Swarga as their goal because having contaminated intelligence, they say that karma is the ultimate message of the Vedas. They do not know the actual meaning of the Vedas. Kalena nashta pralaya vaniyam veda sangita mayadau brahmane prokta dharmo yasyam madatmaka. 11th canto, Lord is saying to Uddhava, by the influence of time, the Vedic knowledge was lost at the time of annihilation. Therefore, when the subsequent creation took place, I spoke to Brahma, the Vedic knowledge in which Bhakti is the essence. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adikavaye. So, in that way. Brahmane Bhagavat Proktam Brahma Kalpa Upakata. So, at the beginning of the day of Brahma, the Supreme Lord speaks Chatusloki Bhagavatam to Lord Brahma, in which the essence is Bhakti. Every day, beginning of the day of Brahma, Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu speaks Chatusloki Bhagavatam to Brahma. The essence of this Chatusloki Bhagavatam is Bhakti. So that way we have to understand. Otherwise, people think Am Imam Pushpatam Vacham is the ultimate essence of the Vedas. But actual essence of the Vedas is Bhakti, which is deep inside the Vedic literatures. Therefore, give up this karma and understand what is real activity and real knowledge. The real activity is Bhakti, the real knowledge is Bhagavan. Understand this. Then Narada Muni continues. Astiryadarbai prag agrair.
Asti. Please continue, Mataji.
Astiryadarbai prag agrai
Karsnena Kshitimandalam
karsnena kshitimandalam
Stabdo Bruhad Vadanmani
tabdo bruhad vadanmani
Karmana Vaishiyat Param.
karma navaishi yat param
Tat Karma Haritosham Yat
tat karma haritosham yat
Savidya Tanmatiryaya.
savidya tanmatiryaya. Translation: My dear king, the entire world is covered with the sharp points of kushagras, and on the strength of this, you have become proud because you have killed various types of animals in sacrifices. Because of your foolishness, you do not know that devotional service is the only way one can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot understand this fact. Your only activities should be those that can please the personality of Godhead. Our education should be such that we can become elevated to Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Little bit chastising. Covering the whole earth with kusha grass, with the tips facing east, Prague agree. Thinking yourself a great sacrificer because of sacrificing so many animals one after the other, and misbehaving because you are killing the animals so many. You do not know the supreme activity, that activity which is pleasing the Supreme Lord. Yat karma haritosham. That activity which pleases Supreme Lord is called supreme activity, is the real activity. Tat param karma. That knowledge by which one concentrate on the Lord is the param jnana. That activity which pleases the Lord is param activity. That knowledge which reveals about the Supreme Lord is the param jnana. So like that. One should be knowing these two, the real activity and real knowledge. Taught by ignorant people, you have become a fool. You think you are a great sacrificer because you have killed animals and have bad conduct. Then what is the supreme activity? Is the question. Please tell me. The answer is that activity which is pleasing to the Lord is the real activity. Anything else is not called activity. Anything else is not called knowledge. Like Gita Mahatmya, nowadays devotees are doing Gita recitation, at the end they recite Gita Mahatmya. Eko nama tasya namani eva. Eko karma tasya devasya seva. Eko mantra tasya namani eva. Something like that. Let there be one mantra, his name, Lord's name. Let there be one activity, Lord's seva. So like that. So in that way. But why so much emphasis on pleasing the Lord? अब भगवान का प्लेस करो, भगवान का प्लेस करो बोल रहे, why so much? हरिर देह भृताम आत्मा.
हरेर देह भृताम आत्मा.
स्वयं प्रकृतिरीश्वरः.
स्वयं प्रकृतिर ईश्वरः.
तत्पादमूलं शरणं.
तत्पादमूलं शरणं.
यतः क्षेमो नृणामिह.
यतः क्षेमो नृणाम् इह. Sri Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the super soul and guide of all living entities who have accepted material bodies within this world. He is the supreme controller of all material activities and material nature. He is also our best friend, and everyone should take shelter at his lotus feet. In doing so, one's life will be auspicious.
What previously said, na? What is the real activity is not karmakand ritual, but real activity is that activity which pleases the Supreme Lord. So the question is, why so much emphasis on pleasing the Lord? करो ना, भगवान please करे ना, please हो ना होए, करते रहो. Then Narada Muni says, the Supreme Lord is the soul of all beings. He is the mother and father of the entire universe. His feet are the shelter of all beings. From those feet arises all auspiciousness. Why Lord's pleasure? Because Lord is the universal mother and universal father, and he is the shelter of all beings. And he is the super soul, he is the source of all living entities. And from him only comes all auspiciousness. If you really want some real good, the real benefit, the beneficial benefit, then he is the only person. It's up to you. You decide. Deha Bhrutam Atma means that there is no satisfaction without satisfying him. He is the mother of the universe and he is the father of the universe. Bhagavad Gita 14 chapter 3 and 4 says, Mamayonir Mahat Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadamiham Sambhava Sarvabhutanam Tato Bhavati Bharata Sarvayonishu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya Tasam Brahma Mahad Yonir Aham Bija Prada Pita. In these two sources, the two verses, he indicates that how he is the source of everything that is there in the entire universe. The great expanse called Prakriti is my womb. In that womb, I place the seed in the form of all jivas. The birth of all beings coming from that. O descendant of Bharata, O son of Kunti, Prakriti is the mother, and I am the father of all forms that arise in all wombs in this world. So like that. So basically, I am the seed-giving father, and my Prakriti, my Bahiranga Shakti is the mother who begets all the living entities and all the universes. Thus, I am the source of everything. I am the maintainer. I am the beneficiary, and I am the auspicious giver. Then where you have to look for. So in that way, Narada Muni is telling establishing why the Supreme Lord should be worshipped in bhakti. The reason is this, because he is the source of everything. And not only that, that may be from the creation point of view, the source, but still one may say, still so what? Next, other aspects are Savai Priyatamaschatma
Savai Priyatamaschatma
Yato na Bayamanvapi
Yato na Bayam Anvapi
Iti Veda Savai Vidwan
Iti Veda Savai Vidwan
Yo Vidwan Sa Gurur Harihi.
O Vidwan Sa Gurur Harihi. One who is engaged in devotional service has not the least fear in material existence. This is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the super soul and friend of everyone. One who knows this secret is actually educated, and one thus educated can become the spiritual master of the world. One who is an actually bona fide spiritual master, representative of Krishna, is not different from Krishna.
Therefore, the truly learned person is he who considers the Lord is the most beloved. Though the Jiva is also dear. Though we may have so many dearest people around us, our parents, children, friends, relatives, but the Lord is the most beloved person. Because from worshipping the Lord, there is not the least fear or suffering. He who knows the two Atmas is learned. Jivatma Paramatma should be considered your Guru and should be worshipped like the Lord. So, first of all, understand that the Supreme Lord is the most beloved, and by worshipping that Supreme Lord, there is no fear of suffering. But how do we understand the Supreme Lord is the most beloved? You can understand it by taking shelter of a pure devotee. Who is a pure devotee? The pure devotee is he who understood himself, who understood the Supreme Lord. And such a person can give you such understanding. And it should be worshipped like the Supreme Lord. Saksha Daritvena Samasta Shastra. The Lord is dearest, though the Jiva is dear. Because from worshipping the Devatas and receiving Swarga, there is only suffering for the Jiva. And from worshipping the Lord, there is no suffering or fear. Or somebody may say that no, Indra is also dear, Chandra is also dear, Surya, Chand, Varuna, they are dear. If you worship them, you will go to them and come back one day. You can't stay there eternally. Whether oneself or other Jivatmas, if you make them dear, you may be with them for some time. During that time, you may feel happy, this and all. But in the company of the Lord, one will be eternally happy. That one has to understand. So in that way. You should know that he who knows the two Atmas to be distinct is learned. He who knows that Jivatma and Paramatma are distinct is actual learned. He who is that learned person is your Guru, someone to take shelter of. Such a person who knows about Jivatma, distinction between Jivatma and Paramatma, so he is a fit candidate for your Guru. From him you can understand about the Supreme Lord. He is the Lord. That means the Guru is to be worshipped by you like the Lord. Such a Guru should be taken complete shelter And by the blessings of such a guru, one can know and serve the Lord completely. So like that. Acharyam mam vijaniyam navamanneta karhi chet namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. Acharyam mam vijaniyam. Understand that I am the Acharya, I am the spiritual master. Na avamanneta karchit. Never ever disrespect such a spiritual master by looking at their external material features. Na martya bhusatvyeta. Because the spiritual master is getting lot of glory, lot of respect. Never ever develop irsha, envy towards the spiritual master. Because sarva deva mayo guru. The guru is the combination of all the devatas, including Lord Achyuta. That's why he deserves such great respect and never ever develop envious feelings towards him. And never ever disrespect looking at his material demeanor. So in that way. Says that Prachinabari might decide to stay back till the Prachetas, his sons, come back, so that he could hand over the kingdom to them. Narada speaks another allegorical story of a deer who hastened Prachinabari's exit from his palace. So in the previous verse, he said that therefore, this is the real activity, this is the real knowledge, and this is what one is supposed to do. That understand the Lord is the source of everything, Lord is the ultimate benefactor, and surrender to him. That knowledge will come from a guru. So Prachinabari will say that, oh yes, thank you sir, इतना समय के बाद आपने सही रास्ता दिखाया. My sons went to perform tapasya. As soon as they come, I will give the kingdom to them, and I'll go to forest and take the company of great devotees and practice bhakti very seriously there. If I am here, I can to continue the kingdom responsibilities. I'll give everything to my children, my sons, and then go for practicing bhakti full 24/7. Then Narada Muni says, when your sons are going to come, where is the guarantee? Like he also had the case study of Haryashva Shavalashvas. Haryashva Shavalashvas went from there to spiritual world. And Hare Krishna. Rajeshwari Mataji, you can mute. The same way, your 10 Pracheta sons may come, may not come. What is the guarantee? Your decision is okay, good, you want to practice bhakti, but you want to wait till your sons, that is only. Because today I am in front of you, I am speaking, so you develop that realization. When I go back again, your priest will come and they tell that, okay, that's fine. Narada Muni will say all these things. He is a wandering mendicant, he does not have home and family and all. You are a king, your home, family, you need to do yajna also for your prosperity and maintenance. How can you simply ignore everything? So there is a possibility of getting deviated from this resolution. So Narada Muni want to tell him that Abhi, जो करना है अभी करो, कल करेंगे पता नहीं. So Narada Muni is going to tell another allegorical story of deer and hunter from 52 to 55. So before beginning that, any questions till now? Hare Krishna, are of you are able to follow?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Little, all these verses expect ideal surrender from us, because Narada Muni is speaking, na? When he speaks, he will expect that ideal surrender only. That is true. That should be our goal. We should be moving in that direction. But however, other devotees?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
आप
प्रभु जी, अभी प्राचीन बरी जब डिवोटी बन जाता है तो वो राजा बन के भी वो भक्ति कर सकता था. उनको तुरंत ही वन में भेजने की क्या तात्पर्य है?
अभी बहुत समय बीत गया ना, ये ओल्ड, और कितना देर तक अभी राज्य करते रहेंगे? See, that's what he said, na? I was supposed to, but that should be there since childhood. हमारा आचरित प्राज्ञो, बचपन से ही भक्ति करेगा तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. Like Pandavas ruled being devotees, पृथु महाराज ruled, ध्रुव महाराज ruled being a devotee. But प्राचीनबरी अभी बहुत लंबी समय हो गए ना.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Na?
Got
If
it.
Narada Muni, the moment Narada Muni goes away, the Brahmanas can come again, tell him, यज्ञ करना पड़ेगा, आप तो राजा है, आप सन्यासी थोड़ी है. नारद मुनि तो सन्यासी है, उनका ना घर है, ना बच्चा है, तो कुछ भी बोलेंगे. There is a possibility. Or there is no guarantee that when the Prajas are going to come back. Because they were performing tapasya for 10,000 years. उसमें कितना समय बीत गया अभी तक पता नहीं. और कितना समय बाकी है वो भी पता नहीं. See, personalities like Narada Muni and all, that does not. अभी तुरंत हो करना है बस. He spoke to Haryashvas and Chavalashvas. Did they say, we'll go home and spend some time at home and then again we come back to forest and practice bhakti like that? Did they say? तो तुरंत.
Okay. Got it, Prabhuji.
Yeah, because it's like that. Narada Uvacha.
Narada Uvacha.
Prashna evam hi sanchinno.
Prashna evam hi samchinno.
Bhavata Purusharshava.
Bhavatah Purusharshava.
Atra me vadato guhyam.
Atra me vadato guhyam.
Nishamaya sunichitam.
Nishamayat sunishchitam. The great saint Narada continued, "O great personality, I have replied properly about all that you have asked me. Now, hear another narration that is accepted by saintly persons and is very confidential."
So Narada Muni is saying that, O best of men, thus your question has been answered. What was the question? The question is, what is the meaning of the story that you have spoken to me? So till now, the meaning of the story has been explained. So now, please hear from me a secret I have ascertained. So see, what was mentioned in the upper three lines, though it was not spoken, but Narada Muni understood what was going in the heart of Prachinavari. So Prachinavari thinking that, oh, I'm supposed to practice bhakti. Till now, I've been practicing karmakanda, rituals, and all these things. As soon as my sons come, I'll make them king, and then I'll go to forest and practice bhakti, full-fledged. He was thinking like that. Narada Muni understood it. So, without telling out, he is narrating another story. And he says that this secret I have ascertained. Atra vadato nichimya guhyam me sunichitam. This is the topmost secret which I have ascertained. Kindly see if it is useful to you. The subject is here concluded. The question has been dealt with. So whatever question asked by Prachinabari at the beginning of the chapter is answered. Now, Narada Muni is giving some extra dose. Understanding that the king was considering in his mind that he would have his servants bring his sons, hand over the kingdom to them, and depart for the forest. After understanding that one should be delivered by bhakti and renunciation, according to the story of Puranjana. Narada then told another story about a deer to make him immediately leave the house. Please hear the secret words of me who speak to you. He was making plans like that. I will send some servants, inform my children, they'll come home, and then I'll go to forest and practice bhakti 24/7. So, but Narada Muni did not give any thing like that. Brahma said to his sons, create progeny. Being devoted to the Supreme Lord and intent on liberation, they did not agree to do so. So this is the 3:12:5. Maybe Tuesday Bhagavatam class temple. Today 4th verse was read. I think 5th verse will be read on Tuesday. So Brahma told the 4 Kumaras, create progeny. But what was the response of the Kumaras? Being devoted to the Supreme Lord and intent on liberation, they did not agree to do so. They were not inclined to produce progeny because Karma Yoga, producing ignorance, destroys knowledge. There are a couple of reasons why Kumaras does not want to beget children. The different reasons are, first of all, they were intent on liberation. And then they are not inclined to produce progeny by marrying and following karma yoga rituals and all. Because there is a chance that karma yoga can produce ignorance and destroy knowledge. Karma yoga, though which is supposed to meant to purify one's heart, it can also bind one by offering so many fruitful results. So because of these reasons, Kumaras decided to remain children, celebrate brahmacharis, not to grow further so that the father will not trouble them. So that was the thing. The same thing, here two aspects. Your 10 sons also might want to continue as brahmacharis and go back home back to God. They don't want to get married and come home. Then how long you will wait for them? That is one problem. Second problem, even if your sons have promised that they'll come back after 1 year, in this 1 year, what is the guarantee that you will this current renunciation will remain there? Current desire to practice bhakti will remain there. In this 1 year, there is a great chance of production of ignorance and destruction of the knowledge. So better do it now. Now the desire is there, do it now. To inculcate the urgency in the heart of a sadhaka, now Narada Muni is speaking a different story. Let us see what was the story. Shudram charam samanasam sharane mihitva.
Shudram charam sumanasam sarane mititva.
Raktam shadangriganasassu lubda karnam.
Raktam sadangrigana samasu lubdakarnam.
Agre vrukana sutrupo viganaya yantam.
Agre vrukan asutrupo veganaya yantam.
Prushte mrugam mrugaya lubdaka bhana binnam.
Prushte mrugam mrugaya lubdakabana binnam. My dear king, please search out the deer who is engaged in eating grass in a very nice flower garden along with his wife. That deer is very much attached to his business and he is enjoying the sweet singing of the bumblebees in his garden. Just try to understand his position. He is unaware that before him is a tiger, which is accustomed to living at a cost of another's flesh. Behind the deer is a hunter who is threatening to pierce him with sharp arrows. Thus, the deer's death is imminent.
This is also allegorical story. The other story is search out the deer who is grazing on grass, enjoying with his mate in gardens of flowers. So there is a flower garden. Adjacent to that, there is a male deer and female deer. Both of them are nicely feasting on the green leaves in the company of each other. And the ears are attracted to the songs of bees because it is a fully flower garden. So many bees are there. They were buzzing. That buzzing is appearing to be like a beautiful song. And moving about without considering the hungry tigers in front of him. The male and female deers are moving here and there, eating different grasses, different leaves from different plants. But just on the way, just at a distance, there was a hungry tiger with a hunter behind him. On one side, there is a tiger which want to pounce upon the deers. On the other side, there is a hunter who want to shoot the deer so that he can have the deer flesh. Ready to shoot him with his so like that. The deer does not have any information about the hunter and tiger, but simply enjoying with his wife the green grasses and green leaves in the garden. But the tiger want the deer as a food. The hunter want the deer for his hunting. Examine this deer which will soon die without knowing the calamity awaiting him. Okay, another reason why Narada Muni want Prachinabari to take a bhakti is quickly is, can you give me the guarantee that till your sons comes home, will you alive? Will you remain alive? That was the problem. That's why it is. He is grazing on insignificant grass. He is attached to being together with his wife in a garden of flowers. He listens to the songs of the swarm of bees. In front are hiding wolves. He moves about not considering them because he does not know. He is almost pierced by the arrows of a hunter hiding behind him. So in the front side, of course, there are tigers, there are wolves are there who want to eat him up. On the behind, there is a hunter who wants to shoot him down. Find the deer and lead him quickly from the flower garden to another safe place. Otherwise, the wolves and the hunter will kill him. See the deer. You are a king, na? Responsible king, na? Go and save the deer quickly from there. Otherwise, the deer will become the feast for the wolves or tiger or for the hunter. So like that. So then the question could be coming, what? Where will I search for such a deer? Kahan pe? Where is the deer? Where will I search for it? This could be the question. The answer, the shloka is very big. Someone can read the translation.
My dear king, woman who is very attractive in the beginning, but in the end very disturbing, is exactly like the flower, which is attractive in the beginning and detestable at the end. With woman, the living entity is entangled with very lusty desires, and he enjoys sex, just as one enjoys the aroma of a flower. He thus enjoys a life of self gratification from his tongue to his genitals, and in this way, the living entity considers himself very happy in family life. United with his wife, he always remains absorbed in such thoughts. He feels great pleasure in hearing the talks of his wife and children, which are like the sweet humming of the bumblebees that collect honey from flower to flower. He forgets that before him is time, which is taking away his lifespan with the passing of day and night. He does not see the gradual diminishing of his life, nor does he care about the superintendent of death, who is trying to kill him from behind. Just try to understand this. You are in a precarious position and are threatened from all sides.
So just like in Ramayana, our Vishwamitra came to Dasharath Maharaj, said that I am performing yajna. The Rakshasas are troubling me. So please send Rama with me. So like there is a place, there is a problem, and is seeking for a solution. Same way here, when Narada Muni talked about a deer in a garden and hunter is there, tiger is there, immediately the king asked, where, kahan pe, where shall I find it and where shall I protect it? But here it is not a true story. It is allegorical story. Now Narada Muni is revealing the meaning of that allegorical story. While you contemplate the drop of sense enjoyment arising as a result of kama karmas, which is actually insignificant, like the sweet fragrance of flowers, which fades away in the ashrama of garden of women who are beautiful like flowers, with your mind absorbed in sex life, like the deer with his mate, with your ears extremely greedy for attractive gossip with women, which which are similar to the songs of the bees. So the different things that are mentioned in the previous verse are indicated here. So garden is like the enjoyment in the garden, the happy situation in the garden is like the result of karma karmas, which you are performing the yajnas. So what is the result you are looking for? The sweet fragrance of the flowers is like association of the women who are beautiful. The flowers are looking beautiful, the women are looking beautiful, and the deer is with female deer. So you want to be in the company of female wives. So then the humming beings are producing nice sound, the buzzing sound that is equal to the sound of the wife and children, which is very pleasing. While you play in houses without considering each second of time or the days and nights, which steal away your life like the peaks of wolves hiding in front. or the set of wolves or tiger which are in the front, you are going towards it, but you are not seeing them. They are hiding behind the bushes. That is like every passing day and night fades away one day from our life. We are moving ahead, but we don't see. And we are closely, very soon approaching death. As soon as you cross behind the bushes, you will be in the vicinity of the tiger and wolves, and they'll pounce upon you. It is like with the daily passing of day and nights, very soon we'll come to death on our own, like that. Like an unseen hunter, the death, like an unseen hunter lurking behind, pursues you with his arrow that pierces the heart. So as you are going towards the front side where the wolves are hiding, they are ready to attack you. But from behind, the hunter is chasing after you like a death personified. He want to shoot you down to death. So in that way. O king, you should understand that the deer pierced in the heart is you only. Just like anytime the hunter can pierce the deer, same way anytime the death can pierce you also. Don't say big things, that don't think big plans that when my sons come home, I will coronate them, then I'll go to forest to practice bhakti. तब तक आप जिएंगे, guarantee नहीं है. So that is the meaning. So this is an explanation of the previous verse. The flower garden is the household life with women, similar to flowers. The aroma of the fresh jasmine is attractive, but becomes disgusting when old. When the flower is fresh, it is very fragrant. When the flower becomes faded, it is not fragrant. This is the nature of household life. It is thus compared to eating insignificant grass. The man absorbed in his wife's company, thinking of sex life, is compared to the deer attached to enjoying the company of mate. The decrease of lifespan is compared to the wolves hiding in front. Moving about is compared to enjoying in the household life. Antasharena means by the arrows which goes deeply in the heart. This means a death inflicting weapon which is not recognized as such. You should see this. You should immediately leave household life. This way, the deer will be saved from the death. Death means rebirth or samsara. So basically, I am not talking about a story. I am not talking about a situation in the forest because I am coming from the forest. No, I am actually talking about you in the form of a story. You are the deer and you are trying to enjoy the green grasses, green leaves in the company of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in the company of your mate. And moving ahead, wherein the wolves are hiding behind and without having knowledge of a hunter behind. Same way, in the company of your wife performing these Vedic rituals, you are trying to spend your days and nights very happily. And you are going towards death, end of your life. But at the same time, behind, there is a hunter chasing after you. You don't know any knowledge about these two personalities. So like that is studying. So therefore, there is no guarantee that you can live until your son comes home. Better the desire is there to practice bhakti. Better right now go to forest and practice bhakti. So that is the understanding. शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति भिक्ष्णशा स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाम् तयेव पश्यन्ति अचिरेण तावकं भव प्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्. Persons who constantly hear, sing, speak, remember and sing to others about your activities, they alone without delay are able to see your lotus feet which destroy the influence of material existence. So like that, Narada Muni is trying to inspire Prachina Bari. Of course, as Prabhuji asked the question, why so like that? See, the problem here is, if Prachina Bari is at home, he will be busy with kingly activities, busy with performing yajna. If not, others will instigate him to do it. For a person like Prachina Bari, for a person who is situated like in Prachina Bari's case, going to forest and practicing bhakti wholesale is the best solution, as Narada Muni is describing. For others, it may be different. For others who can practice bhakti even at home, that may be okay. But for a person like Prachina Bari who is in that condition, this is the most suitable thing. So like that is promoting. Like that we can take. Satvam vichakshya mrugache shritamatmanontas.
Sattvam vichakshya mrigache atmano na tas.
Chittam niyaccha hrudi karnadunim cha chitte.
Chittam niyaccha hridi karnadunim cha chitte.
Jayanganashramama sattamayuta ghatam.
Jayanga shramam asat tamadyuta gatam.
Priniham sharanam viramakramena.
Srini hamsa charanam viramakramena. My dear king, just try to understand the allegorical position of the deer. Be fully conscious of yourself and give up the pleasure of hearing about promotion to heavenly planets by fruitive activity. Give up household life, which is full of sex as well as stories about such things, and take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the mercy of the liberated souls. In this way, please give up your attraction for material existence.
Hearing and reflecting on the actions of the deer. Deer means materialistic life. Fix your mind within yourself in the heart and understand the futility of the activities of the results of karma. Give up household life and the topics discussed by the materialists. Accept the simple topics. Gradually become detached. So what he should be doing right now, Narada Muni is directly instructing. This is the verse. In this verse, Narada Muni makes the meaning clear. Vichaksha means considering in the context. Place the mind within the heart. Also place in the heart what is like the sweet sound of a river for the tree, for the ears. The Shruti promises sweet results such as apama somam amruta abhuma. We drank soma and became immortal. The Vedas say that they drink soma and become immortal, long lived, maybe become long lived, something like that. But that long living is not long. That also has a time bound. You should merge that knowledge in your heart. This means after considering the results of karma kanda, understand it is useless. Accept the shelter of the swans, Mahabhagavatas. This means accept the leaf hut of the renounced devotees, or it can mean please the Supreme Lord who is the shelter of the devotees. So, like that. So, basically, instead of continue to perform karma kanda rituals, which simply promise you heaven, saying that, oh, you can drink somaras and be happy and live eternally in the heaven. But those promises are not appropriate. They are not complete. They are not full. So better understand the futility of the results offered by karma kanda. Instead, practice bhakti in the association of pure devotees and live in a simple lifestyle and go back home back to Godhead for the rest of eternity. So this was the direct instruction of Narada Muni unto Prachina Barhi. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here because the future section will be a different. That is like, of course, Prachina Barhi understood it, but still he had some questions, some doubts. He wanted clarification from Narada Muni. That will be in the next section that we will discuss maybe in the future discussions. So we'll stop here for today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, a request to you and all Vaishnavas. I have come to Chennai. My mother-in-law is very serious in last stages. Kindly pray for her Sadgati.
Okay, Mataji, definitely will pray for us. Please, all of us can chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra for our in whichever way for us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any other devotees have any questions to ask before we conclude for the day? Okay. If there are no questions, so we'll stop our discussion for today. Thank you very much for joining.